I would like to give a special shout out to Exotica's Empire, Queen Miss Chris, Miss Black Sheep Does Nails, and I Love Nails for being the first one to comment on my last video. Thank you, ladies.
Am I really that much handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you.
Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So I got this Saviland nail art file off of Amazon, but through my employer. So we have like a rewards program where we like pretty much accumulate money into like a little, and we're able to purchase a lot of different things, but Amazon is my favorite. So I saw this and I needed a new nail drill, and this was one I had been eyeing on my own actually. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and cop it while I can. So it's a portable electric nail drill, and I'm kind of just showing you all of the benefits from the sides and things like that. If you want to go ahead and pause it, you can. On Amazon, it was called the Sky Realm, and I do have it linked down below if anyone is interested. So I'm just pretty much unboxing it right now so we can all see exactly what it looks like, and just opening it, y'all. It is so freaking gorgeous. I love the pearlescent or iridescent shift on it. It's so pretty. But this is the instruction pamphlet on it, and it shows all of the nail drill bits it comes with. It comes with quite a few, so it tells what they are, what they do. If you want to read anything here, of course you can go ahead and pause. But yeah, that's how that starts, and I'm gonna go ahead and start popping everything out. Y'all, I loved these are like the basic nail drills you get with any nail drill. Nail bits you get with drill bits you get with any nail file. But I love that they were rainbow. Like most of my utensils I use, like my cuticle pusher, nippers, things like that, I have like a whole line that's rainbow that I love. Now these drill bits are a little different, so I did have to read on what to use them for, but I thought it was nice that it came with so many of them. And then I'm just trying to actually pull out the actual nail drill itself. This handpiece is gorgeous. Everything is gorgeous. I love the color. That's what always made me want this one, was just the color. Like, that shift is just gorgeous on this. So this is what it's looking like. So freaking cute. I love this. It's so freaking cute, y'all. I could not stop looking at what my son was putting his hand in. He was in awe too, because it's a really pretty hand file. But it has a little cup piece there that you can put on the side where you can clip it on you, and then also put that hand piece in. This is the hand piece. So freaking cute, and it has an unlock and a lock mechanism on it for the actual drill bit that you do put in it. And then underneath it had a few more goodies as well. So it had these two ceramic drill bits, and if you know me, you know I always used to use a good ceramic. They were like the best for me. I really like that fine grit one. The red is always fine grit, and then the blue is like a medium grit. The blue one is more of a cuticle drill bit, and then it came with this really cute dust brush, which I like. It was nice and fluffy, just a original, normal dust brush. This is the charger cord, so it's a C charge, really nice. And then it came with some more of the sanding bands to put on the mandrel. And then this is the cord that connects with the hand piece and the actual nail drill itself. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. At this point, I was going to plug it in and then start to, use it just to see how it feels. But it came completely dead. This is the first electric file that I've had that when I turned it on just to test it, it was completely dead. So off camera, I do go ahead and charge that up a bit before we go ahead and give that a try. I needed a new nail drill. The one I was using before was the McCart Stephanie E file, and I've had that for like 5 years. And yeah, it's past overdue. Like the power on this one exceeds the power on that one. Obviously it's not as strong anymore, and I noticed that, so I knew it was time to get something else. I'm taking out the one that it came with, and I'm putting in this cuticle bit here, and I'm going to go ahead and lock that into place. Here I had a lot of background noise, so I couldn't keep it in, but I did. I'm going to show in a minute how high that it actually can go. But I'm just starting off with prep. We're doing a polygel overlay, so I'm giving a tutorial on how I do my polygel overlays. So take my cuticle pusher and lightly push back the cuticle area, and then I'm going to take my file, and this is where I go all the way to the highest speed. So this one is 40 RPMs. I normally get them in there like 35, so 40 was pretty amazing. But when I'm going around my cuticle, I do go about 4 RPMs. So that's the speed that I do like to go on. And I'm going to go ahead and just start going around the cuticle. Now this drill bit, normally I do like this in the original drill bits that you get, but this one was not as strong, like at all. It really wasn't doing much, but I still opted to go ahead and use it. So I'm just lightly going around the cuticle area to remove any dead skin that may be there. And then I decided to go ahead and switch over to my thin mandrel and sanding band duo to further go around and pick up the dead skin around the nail, and also lightly rough up the surface of my natural nail. And you'll see the difference when I go in with this one. So I still go in at 4 RPMs because that is a comfortable speed when you're doing like nail bed work, even lower if you can, but I like to stay about 4 RPMs. And I'm just going to go ahead and lift up any of that dead skin, rough up the nail for the beginning of my prep. So my card sent me over this peel off base coat, and I decided to use it for this nail set because I did not want these to stay on, because I ended up doing a XXL set. And at the moment I'm just loving my long coffin. They're very comfortable to keep on. So for the XXL right now, I'm just staying away. I mean, I can still do everything in an XXL. They're normally pretty comfortable. I just prefer the long coffin right now. Like, I'm just vibing with the long coffin. So I'm putting a thin layer over all of my nails, and then I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds in my lamp. So typically, even without a peel off, I like to apply my nail tips, my half cover tips, with base gel. I feel like it's more sturdy and it holds a lot better. So I put a little in the nail well and just put it on my nail like so. Give that about a 10-second cure, and I do go ahead and repeat that over all of my nails. Then once they're all applied, I give it a full 30-second cure in my lamp. Once they're on, I'm going to go ahead and file the tips. There's always like a little tab there. Just filing that tab off of all of the nails. For today's polygel set, I am using Macard's Siesta, And then I'm also going to be using a jelly polygel from a cart as well by the name of Celeste. I did go ahead and link both of these down below if you're interested. I love their jelly polygel. It's so cute. The whole collection is to die for. And again, I did go ahead and link that down below if you are interested. So I'm starting it first with a coat of base gel over all of my nails. And the base gel is basically to protect your natural nail, but also give the polygel something to hold on to. And then I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds in my lamp. I'm going to go in with this glitter called Blueberry Sugar Crystals. And this actually comes from the MelodySusie Polygel kit from a cart. So it's no longer available, but it was a really pretty glitter mix. And I'm going to go ahead and go over the nail again with base coat. So the first time I put the base coat, I actually could have did this and I wasn't even thinking, but it's okay. So I went over with base coat again and I left it wet, and I'm just gonna apply some of the glitter over all of my nails. And then once all of the nails are covered with glitter like I want, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 30-second cure in my lamp. So I'm going to take Celeste, and I'm starting with my first bead. With my polygel overlays, I do like to do a 2-bead method. So I pretty much just squeezed out as much polygel I need, starting from where the tip and the natural nail meet all the way to the free edge. Today's slip solution, I started out by using some polygel slip solution by Moravon. And I'm just basically patting the polygel all over the lip nail. So I'm making sure that it does touch both sides of the nail first. That's my technique that I like to do. Once it is fully covering the entire nail, I'm gonna then go back in and just gently smooth everything out. You do want to do a patting motion at this point. You'll know when you're able to kind of smooth it because it'll just be in the right position. But I first start by patting everything again all over the nail. The first bead here I take and I just lightly blend it back, almost as if you're doing an ombre. What I love about polygel, and I say this every time I do it, but it's so true, is that you have ample time to work with it. It's super beginner friendly because I just feel like you can't go wrong. You can take your time and perfect your craft with polygel and have perfect nails each and every time. Because polygel actually doesn't set, harden, cure, none of that until you're ready. So again, you have ample time to work with it. And that's why it's one of my favorites. I really like acrylic too, and I do plan on bringing it back to my channel soon. But polygel to me is my first love. It's the first product like, you know, this where you can create a full set that I played with, liked, enjoyed, fell in love with, and again, just perfected my craft here. I do have clients where I do polygel nails. I had a client, I started acrylic with her, and she's just really roughed on nails. So she wanted to know like what other things I did, and I was like Gelix and polygel. She tried polygel and fell in love, so now I'm her polygel nail tech. So I love it. It's like, again, it's my first love, but I just smooth everything like I want it, and then I'm gonna move on to the next nail and basically do all of my first beads. So what I love about McCart's polygel is the consistency. So not all polygels I can do this with. There are some where I would have to cure the nail by each nail. So like I would do the index and then cure the, and so forth and so on. But with McCart, what I really, really love about them, they are always going to be, at this moment in time, my favorite polygel company, because I can do all 5 of my nails, as you're going to see in this video, and I don't have to cure anything. I'm doing all 5 nails. Once I get all 5 first beads set, then I'm able to go ahead and give that a nice 30 to 60 second cure in my lamp. And nothing moves out of place. I don't have to fix anything. It doesn't run. It pretty much just stays where you want it. And that's why I love McCart's polygel. The consistency is just out of this world. Comment down below and let me know if there's another polygel brand that you know of that has a great consistency like McCart. I honestly haven't. Like, I do like other polygels. I do have a few more polygel videos coming up because I'm going to get back into my polygel bag, my XXL bag for you guys. Just give you a lot of good content. But I honestly have not found another polygel where I can do all 5 nails comfortably and not worry about anything shifting or moving. I absolutely love McCart. And if you have not tried them, I definitely recommend giving them a try. I'm not sponsored. I'm not an ambassador. Nothing like that. I've just always been in love with McCart. So I'm finishing up here with my thumb, basically just doing the same thing. Once the thumb is done, this is the part where I will go ahead and give all 5 nails a 30-second cure in my lamp. So for the cuticle bead, I take the polygel I'm using IUZnova, and I'm just going to do a nice little ball there. I do feel like this one was a little bit small, but it worked. So at this point, I converted to using alcohol for my slip solution, because for whatever reason, this is a brand new polygel brush I pulled out, but for whatever reason, the polygel was getting stuck in it when I was using the polygel slip solution. And then I switched over to base gel. It still wasn't, it still was a bit sticky. So when I did go to my 100% isopropyl alcohol, it started working out like I needed it to. So at this point in the video, I did switch over to alcohol for my slip solution. But I'm basically just going ahead and getting the cuticle area together. And then I'm going to make sure the polygel is pretty even, and I'm just going to blend it up into like an ombre. So we're doing an ombre here, a 2-way ombre. And I'm just blending that down into the first already cured bead. You'll see me like kind of perfect it and like clear off certain spots. I think it came out really cute, this nail set. So for the middle finger, I'm also doing the same thing, but I did use a little bit of a bigger bead on the middle finger, and then I'm also going to repeat that on my pinky as well with IUZnova for a 2-bead ombre. I feel like ombres are really easy to do. I love doing a good ombre. They come out really cute each and every time, and they're simple. They're very simple to do. Very, very simple. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And as always, I want to say thank you so much to anyone that does take their time to watch my video. Watching my videos to the end does help me out quite a bit. If you are new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family, and I thank you for joining me on my nail journey. And if you've been subscribed, new or old, I love you oh so much, and I'm extremely thankful and grateful for you all. So moving over to the ring finger, I am using Celeste, and I'm going to make this an entire nail a jelly polygel nail. So I'm doing the same thing. I mean, it's no different. So you're going to do the same thing as an ombre. I'm fixing around the cuticle first and then blending it into the first already cured bead. I think this is like my favorite color out of the jelly polygel collection from my cart is Celeste. It's such a it just reminds me of like mermaid under the sea type vibe. So I feel like this is more of a summer set, but I made it into a spring set with all of the glitter and butterflies. Really, really nice. I'm now going ahead and wiping off that inhibition layer. At this point, I thought I was done and going to go in with filing, but I'm actually not. So I'm going to take some clear Saviland, because when you're doing an ombre, you do have to encapsulate it so that when you go to file, shape, and buff, you don't, miss and file off your ombre. When I do my encapsulation, I just encapsulate right where the two polygel colors meet. I don't feel like it's necessary to do the whole nail. I used to do the whole nail, and then I just found it to be a waste of time, and it made the nails super thick unnecessarily. So I go in, I'm using, with my clear polygel, I always use base gel for the slip solution. So I'm doing that here. And I'm first just patting it over the nail, and now I'm going to blend it down and up right over that ombre area. And I'm going to repeat this over my index and pinky as well. I mean, my middle finger and pinky as well, and give it a 30-second cure. The key for me at this part is just to turn it to the side and make sure everything is nice and even. And it always comes out pretty nice. I did go ahead and wipe it down again. I'm going to go at a level 8, or the speed of 8 RPMs. And I'm going to start around the cuticle, just trying to clean that up and make sure there's nothing out of place. Just make it look a lot more flushed. And that's the first thing I'm going to do. And I'm taking this smaller mandrel and a sandy man, and doing so around the cuticle. And then I tried to use the smaller mandrel and sanding band to go over the surface of my nails. But I really didn't like how it was performing. It was doing okay, but I don't feel like it was strong enough. But I'm going over my index. I like to go up and down like this because, again, I'm just looking at the nail from all angles, and I can kind of just get everything to smooth out very nicely. When I go over the free edge area, I do like to go across the nail versus up and down. I feel like it does a good job. So here's where I'm going to switch over to a regular mandrel and a sanding band. And I'm going to go in and do the same thing, but you'll see an automatic difference. I did speed it up just because obviously the video is already really long. And that's just because I'm unboxing and I'm actually using the nail drill in the video. And this is really why I never show my filing, is because I feel like it takes a lot longer. It's therapeutic for me. I like to see it, but you comment down below and let me know if some videos you would like me to keep in filing or what. But I like to go up and down like so. And as I'm doing this, I'm just looking at all angles of my nail so I can make sure my nail looks nice and even by the time I'm done filing. But my up and down motion always works. This regular mandrel with the sanding band does wonders. And then I'm just basically repeating that over all of my nails. So once I've used the E-file, I'm going in with my Pana 8080 hand file, and I'm going over I'm filing all the sides underneath the free edge, just everywhere to kind of make the nail nice and crisp. That is the next step that I do when doing filing. And sometimes, depending what I see, I go over the tops of my nails with my hand file as well, because technically with Polygel I do like to use a hand file to file them versus an e-file. I just use the e-file for the video, but honestly you really only need a hand file to ever file your Polygel nails. So now I'm going in with this mini buffer and I'm just buffing over the nails to make everything nice and smooth. I washed my hands off camera and this is what they're looking like after being file shaped and buffed. And I feel like I did a really good job. They look really, really snatched. So I'm just pulling out all kinds of charms and rhinestones. The charm box you see on the top of the screen I got from my local beauty supply. Well, both of these actually I got from my local beauty supply. And at this point, I'm just randomly placing rhinestones on all of my nails. I just felt like these would look really good blinged out a bit. I mean, it's not going to be excessive bling, but I do feel like it was the right amount for this particular nail set. So I'll go ahead and let you watch me decorate all of my nails. And then I'm going in and top coating all of the nails. That top coat brought everything to life. I love the jelly look on it and the effect that the glitters that are encapsulated underneath give as well. Off camera, I do apply some cuticle oil, and I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here is the finished set. So elegant, so pretty. Again, I love how I kind of matched the glitter with the actual polygel. Everything went together just well. I love the rhinestones. Just a really pretty, beautiful, elegant set this was. But comment down below and let me know what you think of the set. And if you've made it this far into the video, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I have everything linked down below if you're interested. I hope to see you in my next one. And remember to be the very best you that you can be. And much love to all.